Hello, and welcome to Links Illustrated. We're in Pawleys Island, South Carolina, at Caledonia Golf and Fish Club and True Blue Golf Club. The only way to really describe these two golf courses is to tell you to take Pinehurst No. 2 and Harbortown golf links and combine them. Mike Strands, the designer of these two beautiful golf courses, has combined Pete Dye and Donald Ross perfectly. So stay tuned for a great show on Links Illustrated.
From Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the golf capital of the world, welcome to Links Illustrated with your host, Hugh Royer.
How about this view? Look at this. You've got the marsh, creek running through here, the clubhouse in the background, the green sitting right out on the lake. Definitely God's country down here in the low country of South Carolina. This green is humongous. I mean, the front of the green is way over here to the left, the back right over here in the water. To the front left, I've only got 100 yards. To the back right, I've got 150 yards. To where the flag is, I'm 130. I could take my pitching wedge and fly it to that flag, no problem. But the issue is, if I mishit it at all and pull it, it could catch that slope that goes across the middle of the green here and come back down towards the front for a pretty impossible putt. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my 9-iron and I'm gonna hit it smooth, not full, about 3/4, and then I'm gonna try to hit it right at the doors in the clubhouse back here. So with that being said, take my aim, nice and smooth, and just good and solid with a 9-iron. Just a touch long, but it's on the green. I've given myself a chance, and the best part is it's dry. Wow, take a look at this. How pretty. Flowers in the background, the big oak trees, the bunker, the water. Just a gorgeous shot. There's only one problem. Ball's above my feet right here. I'm in the fairway, thank goodness, not in the rough. I'm in the fairway, the ball's above my feet. I've got 102 yards. I could take this sand wedge, my 54 degree, and I can hit it 105 to 108 if I max it out. Plenty of club to get there because it is slightly downhill. The only problem is when you go at something hard with a ball above your feet like this, you're going to tend to pull it, or to keep from pulling it, you're going to tend to hang back and you're going to push it. Well, as you can see, this tree is hanging over the bunker and into the right center of the green. The easiest way to play this shot and to be effective with it is to get rid of the sand wedge, take your pitching wedge. Now, this club can be hit anywhere from 120 to 130 yards, but I'm going to take this club, I'm going to choke down slightly on it, and when I set up to the ball, I'm going to aim directly at the flag. I'm not going to aim left over here because if I pull it, it's going to go in the water because everything runs off that direction. And then if I stand here and I push it, I'm going to hit it into the tree. Well, what I'm going to do, by aiming straight at the flag with the ball above my feet, I'm going to take the club outside, a little short swing, almost like the pitch shot where I go to about 10 o'clock. I'm going to cut across and finish it around 11 so that I can try to hold the ball into the flag right there, staying away from the tree and obviously away from the water. So with that being said, I'm going to set up, I'm going to choke down slightly. I'm going to lean slightly with the hill because even though it's above my feet, it is slightly downhill. Slightly left. I'm going to take the club to the outside and I'm going to cut across, basically trying to create a small, very slight cut shot. by cutting across it with the ball above my feet, I'm able to hold it up and let it just fall right down there next to the flag. This was about a half of a pitching wedge. I didn't come close to hitting it full, did not get out of my rhythm or try to overdo something. Very simple, very easy. If you'll trust it and try these techniques, you'll start hitting more greens and give yourself better opportunities.
Links Illustrated is brought to you in part by teeuptomorrow.com. Log on today and tee up tomorrow.
Wow, what a par 3. Standing here on the 11th hole at the Caledonia Golf and Fish Club, this is a hole that just gives you a look that puts you in awe. You stand here, I've got 147 yards to the front pin. Shot it with the laser to the back left where a pin could be, you're talking another 30 yards. So it's basically 176 to the back left. This hole, a 3 club difference easily. But you can see there's a creek that runs through here with the tall natural grass. It's just a gorgeous setting. It's a great golf hole. So at 147 yards, I'm gonna take an 8-iron, try to catch it just to the right of the flag. There's a nice little ramp or backstop there, and see if we can't put one in there nice and close. Not too bad, just right of the flag, caught the slope, came down nicely. About 15 feet, we'll give it a shot for a birdie, at least get our par and move on to the next hole. How many times do you see golf instruction where everything is bunker play, chipping, putting? Well, right now I'm going to show you how to best conquer the 70 to 80 yard shot into a green. We're standing here in the fairway. We've got about 70 yards right to the flag. Perfect scenario to fly this ball is about 60 to 65 yards. The easiest way to learn to control this is to think of a clock, okay? And what I mean by that is if I set up to the ball here, my ball is at 6 o'clock. My head is 12 o'clock. When I go back, I'm going to take my hands to around 10, and then when I follow through, my hands are going to go to right around 11. It's the easiest way to control the distance that you hit these shots. Again, as I've said in the past, the one thing that you want to do and remember is that you control your distance not only by the length of your swing, but by the speed that you swing your arms. You do not want to use your hands here. You want to keep your hands extremely passive and very quiet so that the club is allowed to work. And when you hit this ball, you can actually feel it crawling up the face and in these grooves so you can control the spin. So with that being said, I'm going to try to carry this ball between 60 and 65 yards. I'm going to take my hands to 10 o'clock. I'm going to follow through to 11, and we'll see what happens. Not bad there. By controlling the distance that I swing my arms, 10 o'clock here and finishing at 11, I have a consistent backswing and follow through every time. Again, you've got to practice to understand how fast you need to swing your arms so that you can control your distance. But as you can tell, that ball hit the green, took one good skip, and spun and stopped. That's why the grooves on these clubs are so important, and why when you understand how to take the club back and swing it through, you can feel the ball crawl these grooves and up this face and control your distance and hit better shots from 65 to 70 yards.
Links Illustrated is brought to you in part by MyrtleBeachGolf.com, golfers' #1 resource for everything Myrtle Beach Golf.
Take a good look here. How intimidating does this hole look? 208 yards from this tee to that pin with this lake, that bunker, the bunker on the left. What a great par 3. The one thing you have got to remember when you get on a hole like this, it can be very intimidating. It can make you very nervous because you're so worried about getting this ball on the green. I say it all the time to my students, and I'll say it again now. You have to worry about the process, not the outcome. If you do the process correctly, your outcome will be the result that you are looking for. Now, I've got 208 yards. I've got my 4-iron. Should be the perfect distance. Just a nice smooth 4-iron. Try to put it in the middle of that green, make 3, and get out. If I make birdie, it's an absolute gift, just like winning the lottery. Wow, look at there. About 15 feet, not bad. I'd take it every time. I don't care what the situation is, because I've given myself an opportunity to try to make a 2, but I can guarantee myself a 3. Standing here on the 18th tee at True Blue, a very intimidating shot. As you can see, you drive across the lake, across this big bunker, and to the fairway there. This is where, if you play golf regularly, it's worth the investment to get a rangefinder. Because with a rangefinder, you can shoot the yardages of what it is to carry the bunker here, to carry the water on the left, and to get out into the middle of the fairway where you want your ball to end up. It's very crucial, because that way you're not standing here trying to do something with your golf club and the golf ball that you don't really have to try to do. So the main deal here is I'm going to try to aim this ball over the left-hand side of this bunker. There's an oak tree to the right, and there's a big tall pine to the left near the flag. I'm going to try to split right in between that. Puts me in the middle of the fairway to give me a great angle into this green. Little right of where I wanted to go, but it's in play. I've got it on dry land, which is a plus, obviously. And I've got a chance now to show and fire at the pin and be able to have a good chance at a birdie and to create a good par. Well, as I indicated from the tee here on the 18th hole at True Blue, I pushed my tee shot, but I managed to get it in the right side of the fairway. There's only one problem here. As you can see, I've got to hit over this mound, can't see the flag, and I really don't know where I'm going. So the easiest way to be able to make yourself more comfortable with what you're trying to attempt here is to walk up the hill, find out where your flag is, okay? And this one's in the front left of the green near the lake. Fortunately, as from here I can see, there's a big mound to the right that's going to be a backstop for me. Well, what I'm going to do, now that I know where the flag is, I've got a bird behind the green. I've got a big tall pine tree back there as well. If I go just to the right of the birdhouse, about 12 yards right of that big tall pine, I'm going to catch the right portion of the green to be able to get this ball to run down to the flag. I've got 137 yards, I'm slightly into the wind, and I've got an 8-iron, just something nice and smooth, just because, you know, I can't see where I'm going. I don't want to make myself more uncomfortable than I already am. So I want to try to trust my target, what I've picked out, and by doing so, I'm going to stand here, look behind my ball. I've got a divot just right here in front of my ball, and I'm going to try to shoot and aim right over that. If I can hit this shot over that ball, I should be, over that divot, excuse me, I should be fine. Got it on the green. I'm about 15 feet just to the right of the flag. Whenever you get into these situations where you have a blind shot and you're not comfortable, find a target to aim at. Find something in front of your ball, whether it's an old divot like this one, a piece of grass, a bit of sand, whatever it is, something that you can aim over to give you the confidence to know that's where you're trying to hit this ball. It will help you to calm down, relax, make a good smooth golf swing, and put that ball on the green. Standing here on the 18th green, I've got my ball to the right of the flag. Thought it was a pretty good shot, which it kind of was, but the problem is the slope. You can see all this drastic slope here, and the speed of these greens, this putt is going to be difficult. I mean, it's one of those you have to pay attention not only to your speed, but your line, because the last thing you want to do, being 12 to 15 feet, is three putting, okay? So the main problem people have, they never read enough break to understand what's going to happen. If you have a putt like this and you miss the ball low, it's going to go twice as far by. Now that's something that you're going to have to think about, but it's the truth. So if I set up here after I've read this putt and I don't play enough break, you see how it goes low, it runs by, and it's gone, okay? So for the second putt, I'm going to hit this up very high, and I'm going to allow it just to die. I'm not worried about it getting to the hole. I'm not worried about it going in. If it goes in, it's an absolute gift. So I'm going to aim a good 2.5 to 3 feet right of this hole. I'm going to hit this putt nice and soft and allow it to die. And even with that soft, you see how far it has gone by. So the key here is to make sure you get the putt up high enough and allow it to die so that it can move to the hole. When it gets low, you see it's gone even further by, all right? So now, with that being said, I'm going to go even softer and even higher. So as you can tell, the higher you go against the slope, as it dies, it's going to trickle back down to the hole. If you get it going with that slope and away from the hole, it's going to go twice as far by. You can see all three of these in the distance between each ball and how the first one is so much further by. So remember, play it up high, let the ball die. If it goes in, great. If it doesn't, tap it in and get out of Dodge.
Links Illustrated is brought to you in part by the Waccamaw Golf Trail. 12 spectacular golf courses designed by the world's most celebrated architects. Located just south of Myrtle Beach, the Waccamaw Golf Trail is a journey through historic plantations, natural beauty, and southern hospitality.
coming to Myrtle Beach to play golf, I would strongly suggest that you make it a point to play at True Blue and Caledonia Golf and Fish Club. These are two golf courses that no matter how many times you tee it up, you'll never get tired of playing them. The golf instruction that I gave you today will help you improve your game and shave strokes off your score, but you've got to practice. So until next time, remember, fairways, greens, and one putt here on Links Illustrated.